Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the month of June 2025. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, even if that's this entire message. Okay, we're going to do you in the middle, card of you in the middle, past, present, future, unless your guides decided to switch that up, which they do sometimes. A message from your guides, which I know that all of this is a message from your guides, but it's more like advice, and then your anchor card. Okay, so we have the card of you is Six of Swords. Six of Swords to me says that you are following your heart and moving in a new direction. In the Smith Rider-Waite, you'll see a picture of an individual rowing, and then there's a woman and her child like looking down, and they're not looking at where they're going, they're trusting the driver, the person that's paddling the boat. Here, birds always symbolize, I think, our spirit guides and wisdom and following our intuition, our higher self. Not everybody is, connected to their guides. Not everybody prays. I get that. But you're on a new journey, whatever that journey is. You're moving in a new direction and you feel peace about it. You wouldn't make this move if you didn't. And so with this direction, things will become a little bit clearer as we go. But it just feels like with this, like you're just trusting the process. There's some changes going on in your life. Some might be big for some people, others might be small. But there's changes and you're letting go of control. That's what Six of Swords is. Letting go of control and allowing divine or your gut, your peace. For me, I feel it in my solar plexus. I feel peace in my solar plexus. Other people feel it in different areas, or they just feel it in their head, But when we follow the peace to go a direction, even though we can't see the outcome, that's us trusting divine and our guides that they have our back and that they're not going to lead us into a place that we can't handle, okay, or that isn't for our ultimate highest and best, the evolution of our soul. We're here on this earth to evolve, grow, and develop, and to try to become the best humans that we can. And so with this, we have in the recent past, Nine of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Pentacles is all about harvest, getting ready for harvest. This could be in terms of financial, right? Like you worked towards something and then you're finally reaping the rewards of that. Or Pentacles are really about our soul's work and working on something, working on a project and seeing the outcome of that, or about to see the outcome of that, right? 9 is like on the edge, on the cusp. 10 is like full glory, right? We're at the end. But 9, you get to see your harvest. You get to see the effort that you've put into it. And you see another bird there. It might be an owl. I'm not really sure. I can't really make it out. But birds always stand for, trusting intuition, trusting divine, wisdom, moving in a direction of wisdom. And since it's upside down or reversed is what we say, I think that there was like some frustration with not seeing your progress, with doing all of this work, inner work or physical work, whatever it is for you. Could even be in your relationship with somebody. Whatever it is, apply it to your life. But because this is reversed, I see this as somebody being frustrated and not seeing all of the outcomes from the effort that they've put into it, like blood, sweat, and tears put into this person, this thing, this job, and just not feeling appreciated or not feeling like there's progress and that you can see the fruit of your labor. So we have presently Temperance reversed. So I just feel frustration here with this. Just like, So Temperance, though, but the thing is, when cards are reversed, we can always move them right side up, okay? But with Temperance reversed, Temperance is our alchemic card. It's our chemistry card. It's taking two elements, right, and creating something totally new, like hydrogen and oxygen make H2O, you know. And then, I mean, that's a completely new element, right? Like, I've used this example before. I'm going to continue to use it. I was in chemistry club, not because I was like a nerd, but because we had to be nerds because I went to a private school, private Christian school, and that's all we really had. It was a very, very, very small school. Our extracurricular activities were very limited, and so I had chemistry club, and it was really cool. I actually had a really good teacher for chemistry, and we learned that like you can put two chemicals together, two elements together, and let's say they're clear, right? Two clear elements together, and then it creates something purple and foamy, right? Or it can create crystals, or people can even make gold, right? Out of chemicals, out of elements. So this is you doubting yourself, doubting your magic, doubting that you can take this situation and make it into something that you want it to be because it came reversed, right? But also here we have the sun and the moon around this individual. The sun brings light and joy and hope. The moon, I feel, is a nurturer. A lot of people view the moon as a place of confusion and not being able to see clearly because there's not enough light illuminating your path. But if you trust divine and trust yourself, trust that you have the answers that you need. You already know you do. Like, there's something you've been thinking about, right? Or I mean, for me, I overthink everything, but I always have a plan A, B, C, D, E, just in case. So there's something that you have been thinking about that you just need to bring to light. You just need to put it to action and then trust that it's going to take you where you need to go. Okay? And I see if you follow this advice, right? Trust that you have the answers inside you. Trust that you have, even though it might look crazy, right? Like this selenite, right? And then I mix it with pine. These are things that I cleanse with. But let's say that somehow they were liquid form, all right? And I was able to merge them together and then they became something completely different, right? It's believing in yourself, even though you can't see what the outcome will be, right? Can't see what the outcome will be. It's kind of like cooking as well. I love cooking. Not everybody does. It's not everybody's thing. But when you start cooking, you add different ingredients together to enhance the flavor, but you can't tell initially what it's going to be like. Like if you're making a roux, right? Or like sauce for cheese. You put in your butter and your flour, and flour doesn't sound like it will taste good, right? Like take them apart. Butter, we always know butter is going to add something, it's a fat. It's great. It adds that heartiness. And then flour, you would think raw flour, you're not going to eat raw flour. But when you put them together, they make a base that you can add cheese and cream to. And it creates something delicious and yummy and hearty, and it just like nurtures your soul. So you might have your flour over here and your butter over here, and you don't know how they're going to go together. But Spirit is saying, just take that chance and trust me. I know you can't see the outcome, but I can. And trust that I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. Go ahead and put those two things together, make your magic, and see what happens. And we have in your future for this month, should you choose to look at this in a new perspective, not get discouraged, all right? Don't be discouraged. Just because you don't see your harvest yet, just because you don't see an outcome yet, just because you don't see a change in your relationship or in your work environment, or you haven't been acknowledged for something that you worked really hard on, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Like, you have the creativity and the power and the wisdom and the leadership and the knowledge to make this into something where you can see your results. Okay, where you can see the fruits of your labor and even create something new in the process that enhances this fruit of your labor in a way that you can't fathom right now because you got to trust divine. And when you do that, we have the Ace of Swords. So Pentacles are all about, working on our life's journey, on our soul's purpose, honing ourselves, being a mirror, allowing others to be a mirror so that we become the best version of ourselves that we can. It can also be financial stability. It can be work related, relationship related. It's what we're working on in this life. Now, swords are all about our thoughts. And so Ace of Swords is the new seed, the new light, the new idea that you will gain from combining two things that don't look like they go together. They actually do. Like create that project. Take that chance in your relationship that seems a little odd. You are the chemist. You are the magician. You're going to be okay. I just feel like you need to take a chance. Whatever that is, take a chance and know that divine has you. And know that this is your outcome here. New inspiration, new ideas. It's an offering. Ace of Swords, aces, period, in the more modern tarot, right? If I can find it. Okay, I don't know where that is. I just had it too. I was just like going through it. Anyway, aces are all about like a hand coming out and offering you something new. They're all like that in the Rider or the Smith Waite deck. Rider was the publisher, decided to put himself on there, like a arrogant man that he was. But Smith, Pamela Coleman Smith, is the one who actually illustrated all of these. And it's divine giving you a new opportunity. And so this is divine giving you a new opportunity. So take that opportunity. Trust that opportunity. Trust that this new direction is leading you to abundance. Trust even that this opportunity could help you feeling frustrated, come into a position where you see the fruits of your labor. You're finally seeing the results. You're finally feeling like, okay, my work is being acknowledged, or I see that things are changing, or that I'm being listened to in my position, or that people are seeing like what I've been working on and are giving me some praise, because as humans we need that. We need encouragement. So don't feel discouraged. This is in your future should you take it. This is divine offering you something new, a new inspiration that's going to fulfill this, that's going to bring things back in balance. And so we have a message from your guides here, which kind of reiterates actually what I've been saying. The Four of Cups is all about divine offering you a new opportunity. It's about being discouraged because these 3 cups were not fulfilling. And so you've lost hope. You're disappointed. You don't want to take another chance because you don't want to feel, well, abandoned again, or that's not quite the right word. You don't want to feel rejected. You don't want to feel like you're going to put all this effort in to only be told, like, no, that's not for you. Or in job situations, right? Doing interviews and being like, oh, let me not take this opportunity because I feel burnt out from all these things that didn't work out. And so I don't want to take this next step, this next chance, this next jump, because what if it fails again? Or what if I don't see the outcomes that I want to see? Sometimes we have to look at things from a perspective that isn't in survival mode, that is in abundance. And divine is saying here, you know, like, I understand your disappointment. I understand that you've been going through a lot and that you're burnt out. That you feel like you keep putting in all this effort, you keep doing all these things, you keep preparing for all these interviews, and nothing's working out. Or you keep investing in a relationship and you're not seeing the outcomes. Whatever your situation is. But here's the thing. You have the Emperor and King of Wands and Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is walking away from something that doesn't serve you in this situation. You cannot continue to think the same way if you want different results. You have to change your mindset. What do you feel you deserve? What do you feel like is for you? Like, do you think that, okay, let's just take it as let's take it as like just a job opportunity, okay? Let's say that you're disappointed because you've put all of this effort in, you haven't seen any results. You don't want to take this next step because you're like, why? Why should I? Why should I put in more effort if I'm just going to be disappointed again? Apply this to your situation. Doesn't have to be a job. We have to change our mindset sometimes. Sometimes our mindset isn't working for us. Yes, we had excitement. We had drive, we had ambition, we had hope with these other three, and our hope feels dashed right now. Sometimes we have to look at it from a different perspective. Maybe this was to prepare you for this. Even in terms of interviews, right? I have done a ridiculous amount of interviews in my life. I'm a contractor. It's just what we do. You know, we get laid off or our contract ends. It's just what happens. So we interview a lot. And I will say it's so dejecting to have to go through, you know, a ridiculous amount of interviews, a dozen interviews. You know, you apply for 80 jobs, you might get 8 interviews, you might be in the top 2, and you probably won't get either of them. You know, that's just how that goes. But when that other one comes around and pops up that you didn't even expect, and that you weren't even going to pursue as a job search, right? Like you weren't even going to search for this kind of job, and it just pops up, and you're like, it sounds like something I could do. Like, I have all these tools. I have all this experience over here. I think I could apply it over there, but like, why would I even try? Change your mindset. Take that jump. Take that stab. Instead of doing something out of fear, right? Because I have been in that situation many times. Again, take this, apply it to your situation, may not be a job. But I have had to find a job because I've been laid off, right? Unexpectedly. And so out of desperation, I have been looking, had been looking for jobs. But when we change our mentality to an abundance mindset, okay, maybe these cups right here, maybe those opportunities weren't going to fulfill you. Maybe they weren't going to lead you on the path that actually helps you grow and develop into something that you enjoy and love and didn't know that you could love and enjoy it. So I just see Spirit saying, your guide saying, listen, change your mindset. Everything's going to be okay. All right. Change your mindset. Take this opportunity. Whatever it is for you. Could be a new project. Could be a new career, could be a relationship, whatever. Take the cup. Trust divine. Trust that they're leading you in the right direction. Trust that they have good things and new things for you when you say yes and let go of control. And your outcome will be the Emperor and the King of Wands. The Emperor is someone who is very comfortable with who they are. They know who they are. They don't have to prove themselves. You know, their work, their words, their actions shows everyone who they are and what their values are and where they stand and what they'll accept and what they won't accept. They are in a place of rest. He's just chilling, man. And look, he has won the chess match. I don't know much about chess, to be honest. But look, he has conquered, he has fought, his battle wounds have led him to have more knowledge about what to do and what not to do, and how to stand in his truth, and how to be who he was meant to be. And the King of Wands isn't afraid to take chances. He isn't they. There's no gender. He knows what he wants. Wands are all about our passions, things that make us happy, that drive us, that give us reason to wake up, that make us excited. You know, like, face your fears. Don't let this disappointment over here, keep you from walking in a path that will bring you fulfillment, that will bring you a peace that you haven't experienced before. Like in the Emperor, he's in peace. He's in comfort. You know, he knows who he is, what he offers this world. The King of Wands pursues his passions with a fire. And he conquers his fears and makes them his allies. He uses them to his advantage. Sometimes we face something and we're like, oh my God, I can't do it. This is going to be horrible. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then when we do it, we're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. The King of Wands is, okay, I feel afraid, but I know that those feelings aren't truth. I'm going to do it anyway because this is what I want. This is the direction I want to go. This is how I want to feel. This is what I want to pursue. This is what I know will make me happy. I don't know the outcome, the full outcome of that journey, because we can't, right? We can't know the outcome because we can't grow if we know everything. But he stands in his truth. The Emperor stands in his truth. The Ace of Swords is given to you as a gift, a new direction, new thoughts, new inspirations. Go a different way. This isn't working for you. You want to see your harvest? Walk away and do something different so that you can actually make something out of those chemicals instead of it blowing up in your face, and then see the harvest. Now, when it blows up in your face, it might be a person, it might be a situation. It's just something that hasn't been working well. Whatever the situation is, it feels frustrating. That's all I can say. But this is for you. A new way of thinking, new thought, new joy, new oh my God, I have all these ideas and I want to go with it. Or even for a new relationship, oh, this is cool. I want to do it in this way and not that way because I've learned. Because I've learned through my battles. Or through a new job. Okay, I have all these skill sets from all these different jobs that I've had, that it's been really frustrating having so many different jobs. And I just want to land with one company and have a pension and have financial security, blah, blah, blah. But these jobs gave you the skill sets for that one that's coming up. Look at what you've learned. Look how you've developed. Look how far you've come. In Nine of Wands, I view this card as knowing your boundaries. You've fought, you've been through a lot. Each one of these is a stake in the ground, okay? A battle won or lost. But each win or loss has taught you something. If you really think about it, each relationship has taught you something. Friendships, personal, romantic. Everything should be teaching us something. Not because things happen to us for a reason, but because when things happen to us, we can say, we're not going to let that have power over us, that negativity. We're going to let ourselves grow, learn our lessons, learn the red flags, learn the green flags, and move forward. And so I think this is reversed because that's just your lesson for this month. Learn who you are. Learn from your past, okay? Learn from these disappointments. Maybe these experiments that went awry, or relationships that went awry, or career opportunity, whatever the situation is that has left you feeling frustrated. Learn, and then put up your boundaries and stand in your truth. And know what you have to offer to this world. You have a lot to offer to this world, and we all have unique gifts to offer to this world. You know, like I have friends that don't read tarot, don't want to read tarot, right? This is something I can offer to the world. They have other things, other gifts that they offer. There is something special about you that you offer to this world. But you got to trust divine, okay? And you've got to get out of the mindset that you're currently in, because there's something new. Once you make this move and walk away, there's something new that's coming in for you. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. It's going to challenge you in the right ways. Aces are always good beginnings, good gifts. All right, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, even if that includes this entire message. And I'll see you next month.